gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9,
Sounds low.
8, 7,
It's loud up here.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's good, Nori?
What's up, G? What's up? What's up? How you doing?
Just getting ready for the holidays that seems to don't be like a holiday anymore. But
I know, and that's something that we're gonna talk about. Holiday season check
yeah,
in.
it's very flat.
Yeah, it's flat. So what you been up to this week?
Man, went to the dentist and a couple other things.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get some work done on my mouth. You know,
Okay. I mean, it happens, and it's good that you're taking care of that. That's
it's a
something.
family. It's a family trait. You know, like my dad.
Okay.
You know, all his sisters and brothers, same thing. You know, my sister.
Oh wow.
You know, all
What is it? Is it like a gum disease or deteriorating what bones? Like what?
yeah. Just we just have a bad teeth line.
A
And
bad teeth?
yeah, and
I-
my daughter actually going on 40, and she's going through the same thing. It's like a family, trait.
Oh, okay.
And I had a good set of teeth when I was,
When you was younger.
yeah, and it's crazy.
Okay. Well, hey, at least you're getting it taken care of. That's the best thing about it. And there have been people put in place with the education and experience in order to take care of that. So that is awesome.
Yeah, I got a
But
lisp.
listen,
I got a lisp now.
you got a lisp now.
Yeah, this is bad.
That's okay. You're gonna work on it. When everything
Yeah.
come together, it's gonna be worth it.
Seashore
All
by the
things work
sea.
together for our good.
Seashell by the seashore.
She shall by the shisha.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
A hot mess. Gee, this is crazy. Let me tell you something. I know people see me sitting up here right now in this tank top, right? But this Texas weather is wonky. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting up here in this tank top right now. I walked up in here in a big furry jacket or whatever. I got on
We had 80 degrees the other day.
I got on my Ugg boots, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
A tank
like
top and boots.
I got some Ugg boots, tank tops, some capris. I'm just in Texas, got us confused up in here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do.
Because
All
30
right?
minutes from now, you may have to, put a bikini on. You just don't know.
Exactly. Like it's time to go swimming. Like you
Yeah,
just
it's-
never know in Texas. Like, dude, it is crazy. My sister and I went to eat the other day, and she said, I'm just looking around. And if anybody were to look in here, they wouldn't know what type of weather it is. I mean, it was people in there in shorts. It was people in there in bubble jackets. Like,
Yeah.
it was just messed up. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But anyway, this Texas weather is no joke. Now I understand what they say. If you wanted to change, just give it 5 minutes. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things gonna change. But you know what? That's a very good depiction of life, right? The only constant in life is change.
Yes.
So you got to be ready. Never get comfortable with being in the same situation. You got to always have the ability to shift gears and change when necessary.
Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask
Yes.
you a question. How's the new business going, out there? You in Cedar Hill?
I'm in DeSoto
In
at the
DeSoto.
DeSoto Recreation Center.
Yeah.
I started on Monday. I have not started aggressively promoting it because I didn't want to get people all confused with the schedule and everything. But this Saturday, I am doing the other half of the mental health first responders class for the youth. The last one last month, I did adults. This month, I will do, or this Saturday rather, I will do the youth, and I will be totally certified from a mental health first responders perspective. And so, therefore, that's why we're not having classes this Saturday. But after that, on Sunday, I will go up there, put all my stuff in, lay all my stuff out. I will post the schedule and everything on Facebook and all of that. It's wide open from there. My last day at TBF is the 29th. It's that Thursday. So it is going down on that day. Like it's gonna be like a party. So anybody, if you have not had the opportunity to experience a total body experience workout and party, honey, the 29th might be the day you want to come. It's actually on a Thursday. It's going to be at 8 p.m. It will be at TBF 3711 West Camp Wisdom Road. And it's at 8 p.m. I think I said that. But that is the last class that's over there. And everything will be shifting to the DeSoto
New
Recreation
chapter.
Center. Yeah. New chapter, new growth. Like the Lord is just doing some amazing things in my life. I was able to launch the interest of a program or whatever the other night. We're still working out some bugs and kinks. One young lady texted me and was like, when you did the mass email, my assistant did the mass email or whatever out. She's saying everybody can see everybody's response. So I don't think he like blind copied or whatever, but we'll go back and we'll touch bases with that and fix that and everything. So the Lord is just doing some amazing things in my life. And to know that I was just sitting there, like putting my hands to the plow, right? And I'm grinding and crying and stressing and all of that. When you talk about entrepreneurship and building a business and everything from the ground up, it really is like having a baby. And that's why, they say this is your baby, right? Because I'm
Right.
going through these, growing pains and travailing right through this birth and all of that. And these growing pains and stuff. So it is something serious. So I just thank everybody who supports me and everybody who has been sticking in there with me. Like, yo, I got an amazing, crazy team that I did not even I looked at them as my team. I knew that they was there for me. But when you start doing stuff and stuff starts transitioning, like you see them, it's like they just come in. And I really don't want to name some because I don't want people to, say, well, you left me out or whatever. Because God knows I don't want to do that. But when I say, man, like this group of women and men are just absolutely amazing. And I truly thank God for you guys. You know who you are. A lot of us was hanging out last night, just talking in the parking lot and everything. And a lot of times after class, that's something that we do too. Hang out in the, parking lot or stay at the studio for a second and work on a dance or something like that. So man, this group is just amazing. And sometimes I find myself just sitting there and I start to cry. I know, I'm a butterfly. I'm a beast and everything, but I tend to be a butterfly sometimes. But I tend to cry or whatever because a lot of times we look at ourselves in a way to where we feel like that we're not worthy or we're not enough and people are
Right.
not there for us or whatever. But when that starts to show that they are there and stuff like that, you tend to be like, man, Lord, like you really did give me people. You really did give me that support group and those people that are there to help me and encourage me and push me forward. So again, I want to thank you guys. I love you so much. You know who you are. And if you don't, I'm gonna make sure that you do. So
Don't you got a situation with Amon coming up?
So, yes, I do, but we're not saying anything right now because he doesn't have all the details yet.
Right.
But he is the one that actually is over making sure that we get certified and everything from the mental health first responders perspective,
Right.
so that we can be able to provide that support. And like I said, I'll be fully certified after tomorrow. I'm dealing with the youth. We did the adult last month, and so we'll be able to provide those services when we go to this particular event. But as the details and stuff come about and all of that, we'll have that, and then I'll be able to put it out then.
No doubt. So you're
Yeah.
going to be busy in 2023.
Oh, like you know you don't get started for the new year in the new year. You know you get started for the new year, the last quarter of
Yes.
the old year.
Yeah.
So if this is any depiction of how busy I'm going to be, I can only imagine because I'm like super, super busy right now and I'm only getting like 3 hours of sleep and, and still trying to hang out with my friend
Yeah,
group
you hit
and
me up
stuff like
like
that.
you hit me up like 5:30 this morning
I
making
know.
plans. I'm like,
I know,
mm.
I know. Like, but yeah, and that's why I sent you a message, G, because I knew you weren't gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? You probably didn't go to sleep till probably about 3 o'clock
I
this
was
morning.
up late. Yeah, a lot of times, I'll be doing work
I know.
and I'm in creative mode now that I found out some new things that I'm doing. It gets exciting when you find something new that you can do. You just get caught up in it, and sometimes those hours just go by and you don't even
Yeah,
realize, like, damn, I've been doing it for like 11 hours sitting by this computer.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
time fly by or whatever, and I haven't been going to sleep until like 12:30, and I have to pop right back up at 4 because I'm at the
Early
gym at
morning.
like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I want to kick a shout out to Felicia. Hey, Felicia Green, Murdy Isaac. Hey, Lavelle Kelly. Hey, Robert Manuel. Hey, Cedric Bailey. Like we got people up on here. Good day, good
No
afternoon.
doubt.
Yeah. So today's topic is holiday season check-in, and me and G just checking in with one another with everything that's going on. G, have you heard about the Brittany Griner situation and how
Yeah.
she was released
Yeah.
for a Russian prisoner? And I think his name is like Victor Bout or something like that.
Yeah.
And how he was released. The fact that she was released, I'm so happy. I'm glad that she was able to come home and all of that. The problem that's kind of disturbing me a little bit is Trump's reaction to it. Not that he's important or anything, but his reaction to it. And he's talking about how the U.S. is a disgrace or whatever because the U.S. made this agreement or whatever to get her back home. So something that he says was that we cannot make America great again unless we aggressively protect and defend American citizens wherever they are in the world.
So what did we do? Go to war
I
over
mean,
Brittany?
just his statement was
Yeah,
an actual
it's just
contradiction.
stupid. I mean, first of all, the dude that you got in prison for Russia, unless he has intelligent secrets,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? He's really nothing. I mean, you should be able to monitor him that he never could come back over here again. You go get the girl at any cost.
Correct.
Right now. I mean,
But I mean, even his statement was a contradiction. You're gonna protect U.S. citizens
yeah, he's
wherever
an
they are
idiot.
in the world. She's in Russia.
Yeah.
She's from Houston, so she's
Yeah.
an American citizen. So go ahead and get her or whatever. Now, for me, being in the military, prior military or whatever, we were always taught that we do not negotiate with terrorists, right? But we do negotiate with other countries, which is what we've been doing. We're not gonna negotiate with Victor Bout, but we would negotiate with Russia.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
but this
saying?
is not the first time that the United States have traded prisoners for prisoners. So I
Correct.
mean, is it just you saying don't do it for the black girl or something? I don't
Hey,
know
that's what it
because
sound like.
this is not the first time. But the one thing I know that Brittany had found out, she probably came back and she's gonna put a dress on because those Russian girls are some rough looking chicks, man.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
you so
You ever seen
crazy.
some Russian chicks?
Yes.
Yo, you up in that prison, you may reevaluate yourself seeing them chicks, man. If I seen Brittany with a dress on, I would not be surprised because I know it was real rough.
You are a hot doggone mess. What's up, Clue? What's up, Quentin? So listen, that was a crazy little but it's just Trump, like the stuff he be saying and stuff. Okay, let me go on
One
to
more
it.
thing I want to touch on too.
Go ahead.
The young lady, God bless her, that just was killed by her friends.
Man,
Oh,
this is
That's
crazy.
unraveling to be the next crazy thing that's happening in this country right now.
Right. So she is one that I was going to talk about, but the crazy part, all of the information that they are finding out and all of the stuff that they were coming up with, and that's the reason why I didn't want to touch on it or whatever, because my feelings were so when I say my feelings were so strong and so deep on it, that's why you got to really be mindful and watch the people that you hang around and watch the people that you call friends. Friends is a very strong word.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to be mindful of the people that you call friends, because people that you call friends might not actually call you friends.
Yeah, that was a plot.
Yeah, it
That
was.
Yeah, that wasn't no random.
Y'all go over there on Friday, kill this girl on Saturday, and y'all fly back on Sunday. And then there's one guy like, "Oh, I wasn't there when it all happened and this and that." And you're supposed to be best friend is the one that's recording it. Oh, you're not gonna even hit him back, Shaquilla? Like, no, she don't fight. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all knew this. You know what I'm saying? And then you grab this girl, sling her around by her hair, break her neck. Yeah. Oh, don't forget the story was that she was drunk or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
they found no alcohol in this girl's
And all y'all
system.
came together to lie.
Yeah.
Basically, you was willing to let this girl kill her and get away with
And
it.
get away with it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's-
it's sad. It's sad. Like, it's just so sad. So we really have to be mindful, which is one of the reasons why the topic today is called Holiday Season Check-In, okay?
And
Dealing
one more
with the
thing, I
mental.
heard the girl went over there and supposedly had a lot of money with her.
Well, from what I understand, she is the business owner. She was
Yeah.
the successful person that was with them. And what I was telling my sister when we were talking about it was she's probably the one that paid for their trips and stuff to hang out with them and all of that. Ain't no telling.
Yeah. So
You
did they
know?
rob her? Because I mean,
It
it's-
could have been
yeah,
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
but they ain't have to kill her.
Yeah,
If they
it's
robbed
crazy.
her, they could have just robbed her, and that happened over there in Mexico. Look, what happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. They could have did that over there, and she come back home and she know that they're not our friends and gone on about her business. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
bad.
they ain't have to kill that girl. And then the fact that they go over there and hang out with the best friend goes over there and hangs out with her parents because he's trying to see what they knew. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And once they found out, oh, the sister found out, oh, it was a fight over there. Y'all over there fighting over my sister. Oh, now you don't come back no more. Like, it's just,
So they took off.
Yeah.
They on the run.
yeah, it's crazy. When Mexico finally issued an arrest warrant, like, come on, like, oh my God, it's just crazy. Like, it's sad that you can't even have fun and live life today, without watching your quote unquote friends. So that's why you got to be mindful. We really got to watch the things that we do as far as the things that we're putting in our body, what we're eating, what we're drinking, smoking, all of this stuff, so that you can have a clear spirit of discernment. So you can know, your spirit will tell you, you feel it in your gut, that you always hear people say, my gut told me, or I should have followed my first mind,
Right.
stuff like that, because there is a something in you called your spirit that is trying to lead you and guide you into all righteousness, leading you and guiding you into those things that are right. So you need to pay attention, because people out here, let me tell you something. Hatred and jealousy and envy and all of that stuff is real. And
Yeah.
it will show up in energy. And what I mean by that is if it comes up, it will come out. People can only hide it for so long, and you can only stay that away for so long before it finally comes up and you say something. If you've been angry for a while and you've been talking, saying these particular things behind the scenes, it's only gonna be so long before they come up. Well, G getting on my nerves and he's doing this and he's doing that. It's gonna be only a certain amount of time before I be like, G, like, listen, like, you getting on my nerves, bro. You doing this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't sit for long. So the best thing to do is have good communication, be able to communicate with folks, and just pay attention to what's going on around you and leave these folks alone. Don't be scared to walk away from these folks. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go.
Right.
The reason why the mountaintop is at a peak and it's so small is because the base is big for all of the people to be there. Only so many people can go to the top. It's not meant for everybody to go. And don't be afraid to cut some people off. Some people, you are only meant to water their seeds. You're only meant to plant the seed with some and water it with others, and you let God do the rest. Some people are not meant to be with you for your whole life. Leave these people alone. Everybody does not have good mental health. Now, anyway, I know I went off on a tangent, G.
No,
Look,
you in the pocket.
I was in pocket.
A big shout out to my man Will Reeves.
Hey, Will,
Yeah,
listen,
he's
I
on-
seen Will at church on Sundays, on this past Sunday, and he was like, I'm Will. I was like, hey, Will. He was like, you don't remember me, do you? I was like, no, I don't. Well, the thing is, me and Will never met face to face. Will reached out to me via social media and actually helped me in this particular realm dealing with you, right? And so, with that being said, you don't even have to meet people physically meet people sometimes in order for the Lord to send them to help you. And that's why you have to have a very keen spirit of discernment to know that people are doing things right, which in turn is another reason why I got the situation over at DeSoto Rec. A lady reached out to me. We had never met physically in person, ended up setting me up with the folks at DeSoto Rec, So that's how things go. I mean, on the same token, there has been someone reaching out to me talking about they want me to train their sons and talking about they're going to send the money here and they're going to send a check and all these different conversations. And I'm like, hey, well, my spirit of discernment tells me that that's not right, because I have a website that I have led him to in order to go and do everything that he needs to do, but he keeps wanting to communicate with me. So when I stop communicating with him on the phone number, then he starts communicating with me on WhatsApp. I just don't respond back. That spirit of discernment. Okay.
Yeah.
So you gotta, guys, be mindful. Pay attention to your spirit. Pay attention to what God has given you to lead you.
And you get blessed by God even more when you reach out and connect people on their destiny.
Absolutely.
Some people is right around someone that can really help you grow. And they
Correct.
won't tell them nothing about you whatsoever.
Oh my God.
I mean, and it's crazy, I mean?
Yeah.
So Will Reeves did what the old school cats used to do.
Correct.
If you got that talent, they'll connect you. They'll send you to somebody and say, hey, that person can help you right there. You need to get with them. I mean, we have gotten so much out of that. People don't even be in the same field as you.
Right.
And they jealous about what you're doing. And you're not even in the same field. So
Absolutely.
it's crazy. I mean,
Shout out to Tony Holmes that's watching as well. Like, you have people that are sitting there sprinkling you crumbs, making it seem like that they're helping you with something,
Right.
but really they're just listening to you to try to see what it is that you're trying to do so they can go and try to mimic it.
Right.
You can go and mimic it. You are not me. We're not the same. We don't do things the same. And the Lord has gifted me to do certain things that he has not gifted you to do. So you go and try to perform the things that God has given me, you're going to be looking stupid.
right.
So God has given all of us what we're supposed to need, what we need in order to make it through here, right? Do what you're supposed to do. And if you're kind and if you're genuine and if you're doing the things that you're supposed to do, your stuff is going to prosper regardless.
Right.
Because the word tells us that God has given us that gift. You know what I'm saying? And our gift will bring us before great men. God has given us the ability to get wealth. All right. So therefore, he has given us creativity, our own creativity. And you can use it if you tap in. So anyway, G, look, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Bill Cosby, bro.
More rape charges.
Man, they said 5 more people then came forward. Man, let this man die in peace.
Yeah.
He already can't see. He don't even know if you the one, if he the one that, he don't even know if you're the one that he messed with back then.
Yeah,
he can't even see
Yeah,
you.
he about 90, 91.
I don't know how old
I
that
mean,
man
Bill
is.
is real old. I mean, you think about I Spy. Hell, I was a young kid and he was a grown man in I Spy, and I Spy was in the 60s. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bill is
He's up there in age and he's blind. He can't see. So you can be sitting over there talking. That don't necessarily mean you didn't, if that's the case, you didn't even sound like that when you were younger and you're talking like that now. Then they're saying that it's some kids that were very small at the time when it was happening back on the Cosby Show. Now, my only issue with that, of course, unless they didn't know, is Felicia Rashad has been very adamant about how much of a stand-up guy that Bill Cosby was during the time that she was dealing with him. And I don't believe that Felicia Rashad would allow something like that to happen or take place in her sight, you know.
And
So
did you see how fine Felicia
Oh my
was back
God.
in the days? Now,
Come
some
on.
of these women,
she's still fine now.
right, some of these women I seen that brought up charges on him could have been blocking for Emmitt Smith back in the days on the front line of the Dallas Cowboys. They were looking like beat down. Now, if anybody going to be saying, yo, this dude stayed on my case, it would have been for Felicia. She'd have been like, yo, Bill's a freak. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I just don't see where Bill would go by that and was going after all them women. Now,
Absolutely. And not to mention he was married at the time. So
right.
So come on now. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not discrediting anyone or anything. I mean, it just like, dang, man, like, why y'all wait
It was
all of
real
these
peculiar when it was
yeah,
30 some women popped up the same year.
that he's trying to get this TV network?
Yeah, same year, 30 some women. Now, all these
Yeah.
years, you know, Bill was at his biggest during the Cosby Show. That'd have been the right time to come out. You know, remember Mike paid people off just not to talk about him
Right.
back in the days because
Right.
that was going to hurt his career. They
R.
wait,
Kelly too.
right. Is
Yeah.
R. Kelly getting out? I ain't
Yeah,
heard.
that's what they said. I mean, I don't know all of the ins and outs about that child. We talked about Aura last week when Bree was
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. She don't like him.
Yeah, well, she
Like his music, but
she
she
likes
don't like
R.
him.
Kelly. She doesn't like Robert.
Yeah,
She
Robert.
don't like Robert. Anyway,
Let's get to the holidays.
so yeah, this holiday season check-in, man. Like, gee, it does not, like you made mention when we came on, it does not seem like Christmas. Like
Don't feel it.
at the stores and stuff, there are really no holiday decorations. There
No.
again, I'm in a tank top with some darn Ugg boots on. Like, it just doesn't seem like the holiday season at all, you know. And a lot of people went through a whole shift and everything during COVID, right? Where they're having to be by themselves and all of that. I can just imagine, like right now, that there's some type of mental, you know, disconnection going on. You know, people are not, it's not as family oriented as it used to be.
Well, they took the spirit out of Christmas years ago when they made Santa Claus greater than Jesus. You know, it was supposed to be Christ's, you know, time. His
Right. It's
birthday and
supposed to
all
be
that.
the birthday
Right. You know,
celebration.
so they replaced that and they turned Christmas into one shopping spree. You know,
Yeah.
once upon a time, it was like a family reunion. That's when we were going to see family we ain't
Family.
seen in years to come
Right.
around and, you know, the food and all that. Now it's like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You can't even have a whole day because everybody's preparing for Black Friday.
Right.
So you don't even sit with your family like you used to. I mean, it's
Yeah. And let me tell you this. I don't attend Black Fridays. I don't attend Black Fridays. Okay. There's a whole reason why they call it Black Friday because they used to sell blacks. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I don't attend Black Fridays, and not necessarily for that reason, but I attended one years ago. And I was with my biological mom, and she just was like, she was really adamant and she really wanted to go. And I was like, all right, I'll go with her, whatever. It was really, really like late, like 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. Anyway, so we had gone to these different stores or whatever. Gee, we made it to Walmart, and they had all of these platforms of stuff, you know, and they would have to unwrap the plastic and stuff once they say go for you to get everything right. And so she and I had devised a plan, and technically she's the one that devised the plan. I just went along with it, okay, because I did not want to go. This was my first and my last one, okay? So she said, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to get this, this, and this. And you go over there, and when they unwrap that, then you get this, and then you know, so she just told me what to do. So I was like, okay, cool. So I did that. They unwrapped one. I grabbed a couple of them, one for me, one for her, because she got a basket, I got a basket, right? So when we get to each other, we'll separate them, right? So then I went to the other spot, grabbed the stuff she told me to grab or whatever, and then I went back and met her. So I'm over there with her. Child, don't you know, one of those managers or whatever come over there and says, hey, you're going to have to take this back because this wasn't unwrapped. And I was standing there when the lady unwrapped it. And I said, yes, it was. She unwrapped it. And he said, no, she didn't. And I said, yes, she did, sir. I was standing there when she unwrapped it. I was standing there waiting, you know. And he said, no, she didn't. Now he done pissed me off. And I said, yes, she did. You don't know. You weren't there, right? And so at this time, my mom is looking, you know, because my biological mom, she's a fighter too. Okay. And so she's looking. And so he said, well, I tell you what, I'm just going to take this out of this basket and put it. When he picked that up out that basket, G, I must have slapped that stuff out of his hand so fast. And I said, you ain't taking nothing out this basket, right? G, let me tell you, there's no reason, one, for me to be acting like that over them people's stuff.
Yeah.
Number two, I ain't never been no Black Friday. I ain't know we had to do it like that. Number three, that's why I ain't never been back. I ain't got to go and fight over them people's stuff.
And people were literally fighting online, to get that stuff. I mean, it was some real big fights going on at the
That's
stores.
crazy.
People, I mean, you can't give people that decision like, yo, here's a sale of a TV that's $250 off, and think somebody ain't gonna hurt somebody
Right.
to get that last TV if they got to.
That's crazy. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it that bad. Let me tell you something. The Lord done blessed me so to the point to where
My
I can pay
point.
regular price for
My
stuff
point.
and
My
still be
point.
good.
My point. If you can't buy it at the regular price, you don't really need it.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna
that's
stand on a line all night, just to try to get $200 off something. It just wasn't meant for me to have it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And I know that it was one sale one time they trampled people and people died. And
Yeah, it's,
like
it's
that
real.
that's unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. Shouts out to Gino Holloman. What's up, Gino? Junior. Anyway, so yeah, man, this year it just really does not seem like the holiday season. It doesn't. Like everybody is already separated and stuff. So guys, we're bringing this up because we really need you guys and us too, in which we do it all the time, but we really need you guys to do a wellness check. Check in with your family and your
Yeah.
friends. Call them, tap in, ask them how they're doing. Listen to their answers because people are quick. It's like a normal thing. You say, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm good." "How are you?" "Oh, I'm fine." For me, people ask me, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm amazing." You
Yeah.
know, whereas I am amazing. I do believe that the power of life and death is in the tongue. However, what I'm saying is some people may not tell you when things are wrong. I know my sisters and they be like, "What's up, girl?" I'll be like, "I'm amazing." They be like, "How you doing?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm good." Like, "I'm good." Like, "You good?" "I'm good, good." And
Yeah.
they be like, "Oh, okay." But if something is wrong, then we'll be like, "I ain't okay." You
Yeah.
know, "Are you mad at me?" "A little bit." You know what I'm saying? That's how we speak to each other and that's how we talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. So check in with your people, listen to what they're saying, be mindful of their conversations, things that they may be saying that they don't usually say. I know in the military we had to go through a training where we are actively listening to what people say because they won't tell you when they're getting ready to
Yeah.
commit suicide. They won't tell you when they're with their arms and their arms are loaded. They won't tell you this different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if they're doing things out of the norm, then pay attention and don't be afraid to go and check on them. If they say, nah, this is a person that normally is lively and like company and stuff like that, and they're saying, nah, they don't want no company. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to pop up at the door. You
Yeah.
might just break that monotony of them getting ready to kill themselves. You just never know, But if you got a person that's ignorant and that's always mad at you all the time, or that's always, blocking you or cutting you off or whatever, then I mean, sometimes you just don't know. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a mental issue. Like, you might need to just check in on them. You might need to press a little bit harder sometimes. Learn your friends and family members so that when they are asking for help without asking for help,
We we
you will
also
know.
yeah, we also got to get back to our culture.
Yeah.
That's what we're losing at. See, we're trying to buy into everybody else's culture but our own. Our own culture always was about family because we didn't
Yeah.
really have money. White people could enjoy Christmas for years because they always had the money to go out and do the different things that we didn't. So we had
Right.
to love the family. That's what Christmas was. It was about the surroundings of each other
Right.
more than, I wasn't gonna open up no presents and get no real nice stuff like, the kids is getting today.
Right.
We G.I. Joe, we may got G.I. Jeff. He looked
but
like
not
G.I.
but
Joe.
not computers and iPhones and Jordans
Right,
and all of
right,
that. Yeah.
right. You get a little pack of army men that you play with.
Or a pack of socks. Some
Yeah,
socks
you know
and
what I'm saying?
underwear.
Yeah, but today it's even with the weddings.
Yeah.
Here we is with these extravagant weddings that we're paying for.
Yeah.
Now you see a lot of these white people that the families is paying for that.
Yeah, or they have people that gift them
They
stuff.
gift them that, right.
Stores and different stuff.
We
Yeah.
got to get back to us because that's why our culture is suffering because everybody that we emulating has been who they've been all the time. We're
Right.
getting out of our context trying to be like those type of, people that we looking at and saying, yeah, this is the life that I want. I watch what's that commercial? Did you see the commercial when the white lady um her husband bought her a puppy
No.
and it was snowing, and he came out. He said, "I got a surprise for you," and then the puppy come running over the thing, and she say, "Oh my Lord," and she's hugging the puppy, and she said, "I got a surprise for you." She got him a big truck.
Oh no. I didn't see.
She got him a big truck. The truck come riding over, the top. So I mean, me as a man, I would kind of feel like, man, yeah, I need to do a little better than this puppy. But I'm saying they are in a position to give each other those type of gifts.
Right.
They can.
Right. But at the same time, of course, and we've talked about this, you and I and on the show, that things were systematically set up like that to break and destroy the Black family.
Right.
Because they know how powerful we are together.
Right.
But even with that being said, just trying to transition into this, everybody else's culture versus paying attention to our own,
Right.
we're going to have that particular problem because we're not looking at what's affecting us, not even affecting everybody as a Black culture. What is affecting you at your house and in your place right now? You don't want to be bothered with people. Oh, I don't want to talk to nobody. People saying, oh, I'm an introvert and this and that. You know what? You can be a whatever kind of vert you want to be. You're going to come out this room and you're going to have dinner with family. That's how it was back in the day. Now it's not like that anymore. Oh, they let them eat in their room. Food all up under the bed and stuff.
No sitting at the table no more.
It's no type of togetherness,
I watched a commercial that wasn't a commercial, actually. It was an Instagram post, and it was a Latino guy talking to a Black guy, and he was saying that why the Blacks are the way they are and the Latinos are the way they are. He was like, Blacks, y'all against each other. Y'all will not come together. You, if somebody gets a nice car, you want to outdo them, or you want to hate them. If he got a nice woman, you want to take her, from him. He say, us Latinos, we work together. We help each other. Like if he said, that's why you see a bunch of Latinos, they got big trucks and nice houses and all that. He said, because we help each other get there. He said, y'all have to get back to helping each other instead of going up against each other.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah. But look at the situation right now that we're facing, where we seeing all these artists, talented artists, being murdered.
Yeah, coming up dead.
There's no other culture out there. You don't hear the Rolling Stones had a shootout with so-and-so. No, those cats make money together, and they do their thing. Here we is. Soon as one of us get ahead, Nipsey Hussle, who was bringing that money back to the community,
correct,
to try to show brothers how to, come together and he's murdered.
Right, Mo3.
Yeah,
he's another.
Mo3.
And me and my girlfriend was talking, and I was like, dude, these young men, when they start coming up or whatever, you can tell how people from other areas, they move out of those areas because if they come back and try to help the community that they grew up in and stuff, if they're staying there or whatever, they're going to end up being killed because those people there feel like, oh, they got so much money, this, that, and the third or whatever. When it's not that. I'm coming back. I'm bringing the money back to the community.
Right.
Why would you kill me? We're trying to help the community. But again, you can't necessarily say that all of that is 100% us. They're getting paid from somewhere in order to do that.
Yeah. The anarchy that was going on during Black Lives Matter. They was saying that they were paying people to go out and do crazy things like that out there.
Yeah. I mean, there has been a long-standing research and information that the people that are in our community are the ones that are being paid to kill our community. It's almost like, how can I get someone to infiltrate this community? If I come in there and I'm glowing, meaning the other color, right? I stand out too much. So therefore, let's put some of their people in, and they're money hungry. So they're going to be like, oh, I got this amount of money. You will give me this amount of money to kill that fool. Me and one of my friends was having a conversation the other day, and I saw this thing on Facebook that said, would you send your mom to prison for $5 million?
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that.
And we were laughing and joking and stuff. It was like, she's out of here. She is out of here. I mean, when she get out, I'll have money that I've invested for her. You know, your million is no longer a million. It is now this amount. You know what I'm saying? And when she get out, I have this car waiting to pick her up with some fresh, new, clean clothes and, you know, a hotel for her to stay in or whatever for the night and get pampered and all of that. And then, you know, the next day take you to your new house and this and that. But she is out of here for that 5 million. Just the way that we were like cracking those jokes. You don't think them other folks believe that? Them
Right.
other folks believe that you will take that money to sell your people out and have your people up the creek. And no sooner than you get that $5 million, it's gonna be gone because your behavior has not changed. Your mindset and the way that you think about things have not changed. And you're gonna be out here balling out of control and you're gonna be broke.
Right.
So and they know that. They know that you're gonna turn around and give that $5 million back to them.
Right back to them.
You know what I'm saying? So no problem. And you done just tore up your family member's life. You know what I'm saying? So they know to give you the money to infiltrate this community so that you can hurt each other. And
Right.
that's why it's a crab in a bucket mentality and you're looking at everybody and you can't trust anybody. Listen, guys, this not just the holiday season, but we're talking about it particularly because we're in the holiday season. You need to check in.
Yeah.
Check in. And if you're having a problem or whatever, then you might need to check into a therapist. You might need to check in to a therapist
Yeah.
and get you some help to be able to sort some things out and set some boundaries for your life so you can live a happy life. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. We should not be selling our people out. We should not be, I mean, for no amount of money. If you all come together and put your creativity together, you can create the money. Again, God has given us the ability to get wealth.
Yeah.
So-
and then if you out there in your community and you're passing the drugs around, you're
killing
them,
each other.
You're killing them quicker than guys can stand out there shooting out. You know, you get hit one at a time. You talk about when you're out there pushing crack, you're killing generations. That's why I say, you know, certain cats in my community, you know, I mean, yeah, they were cool because they were out there getting money, but in the same breath, they tore down generations of blacks.
Right. Right.
You know, generations. That crack that started in the 80s is still damaging generations
Correct.
of blacks right
And
to
of
today.
course, we know that we're not the ones that dropped it in our communities. We get that.
Right.
But we are the ones that sold into it because that was the most money that some of us saw. And that was the most money that some of us could get in. And we're looking at it like, oh, we can do this and we can help our families, right? But
Right.
at that point, that's where it came from because you're not looking at that person that you're selling the drugs to. You're
Right.
not looking at them as your family as well. You're looking at like your mom, your dad, your brother, you know, my immediate. Right. So we're tearing down, you know, our own people. So guys, don't let our people suffer alone in this season. Times have been so hard for these last 2 years as it relates to COVID and stuff like that. And then the money situation, right? The last couple of years, like people have become millionaires and they've made a bunch of money or whatever during COVID because all of these particular things have changed and you have these products and services that you can offer, you know, online, whatever the case may be. So those things have changed now. And now this year, the capital hasn't been like it was before. You know, I made my first million in, you know, 2020 when the COVID hit. I made my first million in 2021. You know, in 2022, you may have made, you know, $200,000. So don't let that get you down. There are peaks and valleys in business. I have been very open and adamant about how things have been going in my business or whatever, because it's to very well teach someone or show someone the behind the scenes are not things that people would normally show. So I've been very open about that and showing how there are peak seasons and how there are valley seasons. So things go up and down. Hang in there if this is something that you want to do as far as being an entrepreneur. Hang in there. It's not for the weak or the faint at heart. And be mindful of the people that you hang around that act like they're there to help you, but they're really not, you know, and don't have a problem with cutting those people off. You know, the people that are there for you or whatever, make sure that you are there, you know, being there for them and opening up, you know, about what you have going on so that they can assist you. You know, a closed mouth don't get fed. For me, I wasn't saying anything. And granted, you know, I haven't been in business long, so I didn't know what I needed. But now that I do, I've been very open and God has truly been giving me that. So guys, what we're saying is like tap in this season. Check on your people. Like they don't know. Sometimes they don't know what they need. just you being there sometimes, not even saying anything in particular, just them knowing that you are there. Your presence and your energy sets a tone to let them know that I got you. This season, it could be particularly hard for some, especially like I ran into one of my friends, very, very dear to my heart. He doesn't have any of his family anymore. He may have a few cousins. He has one aunt, he says, but he doesn't really, they don't communicate or whatever, but he has no one. All of his family, other than those couple of people that I just mentioned, are deceased. His mother, his father, his grandmother, grandfather, and his aunts that are connected to them besides that one. Like, he has no one. And so just me like talking to him and hanging out with him the other day and like just chatting it up with him and stuff. He sent me a message and was like, thanks, bro. Like, he's always called me like his little sister or whatever. He was like, man, thank you. He moved away, got married was married for a number of years and just really didn't, communicate with anybody that was in the community. And when he left, he said that. He said, man, I got to get out of here and I'm not coming back. He didn't have no reason to come back. The last person that he had, he lost, his grandmother. And he was like, I'm not coming back. And he didn't. And so I've been having the same phone number since 1997. And so he, of course, had it and he reached out to me and we chit-chatted and he was just like, thank you, for being there
97?
for, yeah, when I got out of the Navy.
All the men that been bothering you and you ain't changed your number?
I have no problem from the phone perspective. If I answer and we're not talking about business
Or
or
is them
talking
showing
about
at your front door is the
or
problem?
not talking about what we're supposed to be talking about, I don't have no problem with hanging up, and I don't have no problem with not answering. Like, I've never had that problem. So yeah, but guys, like, I can't say it enough. We gotta check in on one another. Believe it or not, we need each other. We need each
Oh,
not
yeah.
not oh, I don't need this, but I don't have to never talk to them again. I don't have to. No, we need each other. We need each. Listen, the Bible tells us that it's not good for man to be alone. Not saying man as in male, just period. It's not good. We are human, man. Okay, that's what it's
Right.
talking about.
One man.
It's not, yeah, woman, man, human. It's
Yeah.
not good for man to be alone. That's what the word is saying. And it also goes on to say, if one was to fall in a pit, they would have someone to help pull them out. Okay, so it's not good for us to be alone, whether in a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife relationship, work relationship, friend relationship. Those are relationships. It's not good for us to be alone. Okay, and anytime that you pull away and you are by yourself, then it gives that enemy, that inner me, that inner person inside of you, it gives you that time to play tricks on yourself because you have no other point of reference to go to kind of help you sort out a situation. You're only listening to yourself. Okay, so don't be alone in times that you're hurting, that you're going through. Try not to be alone in those times and be
Yes.
around people that have your best interest at heart, not people that want to see you fail, not people that want to help you fall. Be around people that have your best interests at heart. And those are not normally they're not your yes men. They're not people that's gonna, oh yeah, bro, you all right. Normally, they're not your yes men. Normally, they are people that are gonna challenge you and they're gonna tell you the right way to do things. They're gonna tell you, nah, bro, that was messed up. No, you said that wrong. There's a softer way to say it. Now, you don't have to treat people that way, and at the same time, they know how to say it to you. Yeah, you good, boo, but I think that you could have did it this way. You know, it's not always going to be yes men. People that love you are not going to always tell you what you want to hear. People that love you are going to, in the Bible, it tells you that the kiss of a friend is better. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here with your interest in heart. Like, I love you and I don't want to see you hurting. So I'm not going to let you go out here and make a fool of yourself. You have people that Bishop said one time, somebody was, it wasn't Bishop, it was First Lady, I'm sorry. You have someone that's dressed all crazy or whatever, and you let them go outside. That ain't your friend. That ain't your friend. You ain't got no friend or no mirror. because you look a mess. You know what I'm saying? So your people that are around you are not always going to be yes men or women, okay? Some of those people that love you and want to see you do better are people that are going to challenge you in different areas. All right. So guys, please make sure you check in. Check in. And me and one of my other girlfriends, along with my cousin, we always say, I'm just checking on the strong because nobody checks on the strong. They feel like we got it, you know. So we always be like, I'm checking on the strong. So just check in, check in. And Max, one of my friend named Max, she always be like, I'm just checking on my strong friends. I'm just checking on my strong friends. So check on your friends, guys. Check on your family and pay attention. Listen to what they have going on. I think that's gonna wrap us, G. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
think we did good.
and y'all got about two more weeks to make up a makeshift Christmas at least.
A makeshift
Yeah,
Christmas.
you know, it's too
Go
late
out
to
there
really get.
and grab one of them trees from outside in the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Come and throw your little icing on it, right?
There's still some
And
hedges.
wrap up use a pack of noodles and put up.
Yeah, I mean, just try to do something. I mean,
Just
damn.
G say, try to do something.
Now I know what my family felt like when we started the rap game back in the '90s. I mean, back in the '70s, like
70s.
yeah, '70s and '80s when we first started DJing and
Uh-huh.
I mean, coming from Marvin Gaye and the Temptations and then hearing a hip, the hop, the hibbit,
Yeah.
the hip,
Yeah.
it probably had my mom's under stress, and I didn't really realize that, at that point. But I see myself now, as I'm getting older, and I'm seeing stuff that like, damn, I mean, I know they probably was saying, where the hell we going? And because I'm looking at like, where we going?
Yeah.
It's like you really don't see the light at the end of the tunnel to where we going right now. It's just
Right.
people just participating in daily realms of life, but you don't see, well, what's the benefit of it?
Well, if you again, that's why I say you're gonna have to detox your mind and your body, and you're gonna have to pay attention. If you have the spirit of discernment, you do see where we're going. And a lot of us are like we just finished talking about, we're killing off each other and stuff
Yeah.
for money or for the love
Yeah.
of money. And back in those times, think about that. Marvin Gaye and all of them, that was the feel good music. They're coming out of, the different wars and stuff like that.
Unity
And all of that,
Yeah,
right?
it was
Then
needed.
you're going into the hip hop era where they were teaching us something. You got the Lauryn Hills and stuff like that, people that's rapping about knowledge and stuff like that. Now they're rapping about what? Killing each other,
Killing.
drugs,
Killing.
sex, all of that. They're killing our community. So you can see where it's going.
Yeah, because
know?
with all these rappers that was killed, you would think one rapper would come out with a "Stop the Violence"
Yeah.
song like they did once upon
But
a time.
that's not monetarily, that's not beneficial.
Yeah, yeah.
Think about that. So again, this season, this holiday season, it just seems a little iffy. So guys, from a mindset or from a mental fitness perspective, please go and check on your people. Other than that, I think this has let me check and see if anybody wrote any comments or anything. Hey Aaron, Brian, Gwen, hey Gwen. Hey Terrell. All right, I think that's gonna do it. Normally we have people comment in the saying stuff in the comments that we can address. Nobody has wrote anything. They're just checking in. So hopefully this has helped someone, guys. Please make sure you share this. Make sure you share it. You never know whose feed it may end up on, and you may actually help them save a life. You may actually help them save their lives and help them to save someone or help them to save someone else. So please make sure you share, so that we can try to get this information out to help others. This has been about mental fitness today. The holiday season check-in was the title. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will see you guys next week.
No doubt. Fitness by Nori. And I'm gonna say, I want to send a prayer out to the family of those young boys that was killed the last couple of days ago.
The ones from North Texas.
Well, didn't they go to Cedar Hill? It went to one.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
See, it's been so many.
So much. Like I
Yeah.
said, it really, it's like it's a roller coaster of things that's going on. But we just
Yeah.
touched on that on Robert Ashley's show the other
Yeah.
day, and I mean, it's I don't know,
It's a lot. So yeah, guys, let's stay prayerful and again, check in on our people.
no doubt.
All
See you
right.
later.
Later.